All right, well, welcome back from break, everybody. My name is Steve Mills. I am a technical lead at Facebook, and I also serve as a member of Open Compute's Incubation Committee. Today, I want to talk to you about some policy changes we are making, which will impact some of the contribution types starting in 2021. So to begin with, I want to go through our thinking behind the change. So first, the initiative will encourage more companies to collaborate earlier in the development process so we can focus on products that are adaptable to a wider range of end users. Second, by encouraging the reuse of existing specifications, we expect to get more consistent, higher quality products over time. And finally, the reuse of IT gear or product circularity is becoming increasingly important. So using the specifications that OCP already has will encourage the downstream reuse of the products that our community creates. So which contributions are affected? So only specifications, designs, and product contributions seeking OCP accepted or OCP inspired recognition in 2021 are affected. So this doesn't impact any other contribution types like white papers or case studies. It's just these three. So what we did is we created a matrix which consists of requirements along the left and different product types and columns running along the top. So each of these is coded with a particular key, and so I'm going to go through those real quick. So the first one is R, which is required. So these are the features that are required for 2021 specifications looking for OCP accepted or OCP inspired recognition marks. So this is the important one. So next we have D+, which is highly desired. So these are features or attributes that IC would really like to see in your contribution, but they're not a requirement at this point. But what it does do is it does signal that this requirement will be becoming a requirement in the next 6 to 24 months. So you should start planning your contributions accordingly. Third, we have D, which is desired. So again, this is something the IC would like to see as part of your contribution, but it's not a requirement, and we don't expect it to be anytime soon. And then finally, not applicable. So let's take a quick look at the matrix. So I'm not going to read all the line items, but this first page covers the electrical requirements for server and storage specifications. So let's say if you look at line 2, you can see that the NIC 3.0 specification will be a requirement for both server sleds and server housings for any NIC adapter cards in 2021. And if you look at the last line, DC SCI interface is just a desired attribute. It's not going to be a requirement in 2021. So on the second page, it covers both architectures and management. So it actually impacts each of the product types. So I'll give everybody just a couple of minutes to kind of look at all of this. Okay, so this next page covers the types of documentations that are needed for submission of design contributions. So if you've made a design contribution in the past, this is exactly the same requirement. There's nothing new to this. All we're doing is just documenting what we've been doing for years now. This next one covers the power system. So you can see we're expecting at least 1.0 for next year, and later on we'll be transitioning to 2.2. So finally, we have the requirements around OpenRack and cold plate and immersion subprojects, part of advanced cooling solutions. So the important part of this is if you are looking to submit any kind of product that has liquid cooling enabled in 2021, you need to become familiar with the requirements documents for ACS. So for next steps, so right now the matrix I just showed you is not finalized. We're just presenting this out to the community for feedback. So there's quite a bit of information I just showed. So we'd like you to go and review the information in the presentation by following this link, and then reach out if you've got any questions or concerns. So you can contact either myself, your project IC representative, or a member of the IC Foundation to provide feedback. So once this is accepted later this year, the information will be published on the OCP website, so you can reference it. You will also see changes to the upcoming OCP specification template, which will incorporate these changes. And we'll also be introducing these expectations into the OCP contribution portal. So that's all I've got for you today. I'm looking forward to see what contributions the community has for us next year. And thank you very much.